Howdy folks, it's a Wednesday morning for me. It's about 4:20 in the morning. The soap that I'm going to be using today, Proraso Green, aftershave, matching, Proraso. Got my alum block, witch hazel, and the brush is an AMAC 24mm sunrise knot. Already got some Proraso on it, so I'm going to go ahead and wet my face and get started here. Still warm here. Seems like the past few days the humidity is right up around 90% and this stays there. It's been very humid here. Here we go. We looked like we was going to get a little bit of rain last night, and I think that's all we got was just a little bit. Hope everybody's doing well. Am I keeping you in suspense? What am I shaving with? I like Proraso. This stuff goes on nice. It didn't take a whole lot of work. I have the soap, I have the cream. I like both of them. Shaver of the day, Crown King. As you can see, it takes double-edged safety blades as well as half blades. Today it's got a Derby Professional. It's got a half blade in it. Tallywood scales. This is a bit bigger than your normal, or let's say, there you go. You can tell the difference there. It's a bit bigger. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started with pass number 1. Just because of its sheer size, it's going to weigh a little bit more. So if you were looking for something that weighs a bit more, perhaps that might help you get through some thick whiskers or a thick beard, this might be worth looking at. Yep, it works quite nice. It might take a little bit to get used to the size of it taking a full DE blade. You can usually find Proraso online. Depends if it's on sale or not. But I guess you might say the average buying price, it not being on sale, is right around the $10 mark. But you can find it cheaper than that if you hunt for it. For me, you can tell it comes in a 150 milliliter container. The tub is pretty much filled to the top, so if you lather inside of it, it might get a bit messy. But for me, it seems like it lasts quite a while. Remember, right, this is instead of menthol, I think it's eucalyptus that's in here. Mint. Good for a day like today. You can see it doesn't take a whole lot to put on the end of the brush, and you can generate a lather. Mine is probably not as thick as what some people would prefer. To me, this seems to work just fine for me. The scent is great. And yes, you can smell it, even with my nose. Pass number 2. Start with this side this time. If you're looking for a soap that's different, because this is pretty soft soap, probably closer to a crow. To get consistent shaves, depending on where you live, you might actually find some of this in a store. I know where I'm at, you have to order online. There's not much of anything in a store. Williams mug soap is the most common one I can find. Vanderhagen is another one, or Hagen, or however you pronounce it. It's Walmart, I guess you might say right around the beginning of this year, started carrying it. Otherwise, you end up having to go to a grocery store chain we call here Reese's. Or you might be able to find it at Walgreens. When it comes to men's products, there's not a whole lot. In other words, you don't see the same amount of men's products as you see women's. I guess we just don't buy enough. We being men. That, or we're guilty of allowing the ladies buy for us, and since there's not much to be choosing from, they get the same old thing, and guys don't say much about it. I just find it kind of odd that you can find all kinds of women's products in just about any store. And guys, we're lucky to get a half an aisle. I don't mind buying online. It's nice every once in a while to be able to put your hands on it. It's nice to be able to smell the soap after you're done. It really does smell good, at least to me. Alright, going to give the alum block a spin. Trying to keep this shave under 15 minutes. Not too bad. Usual stinging in the usual places. Just seems like it just stays irritated. Even though it may not look like it, but when you use the alum block, I can sure enough feel it. Alright. Witch hazel. This one here is supposed to have some moisturizers in it. Figure this time of the year, sometimes being out in the sun, out in the weather, wouldn't hurt to have one like that. Especially on my head. Proraso. There's one thing I'll say about Proraso. I don't know if you can see that real well. It has a small spout restrictor, if you will. Yeah, I think it's the smallest one I have that I've seen. Takes a little bit to shake some out, as opposed to maybe something that you see with Williams aftershave or Barbasol. You can kind of see there that restrictor opening is quite a bit bigger. Don't take quite as much effort to get some out. So today I shaved with Crown King Derby Professional half blade, Proraso green, use my witch hazel along with my alum block, complete with the rubber band. Really like this brush with the inlay. That's pretty cool looking right there. AMAC 24 millimeter sunrise knot. Try to stay cool if you're working outside, and smooth shaves.